Welcome to June. I think this is just going to be one reading vlog for the entire month of June. Hello and welcome to the June reading vlog. If this is not the entire month of June, then I will split it into two parts. It will be like the first 2 weeks and then the second 2 weeks. The dog also says hello, good morning, how is everybody? I've not been sleeping well, that's a whole other thing, but I'm going to attempt something that I probably will never attempt again, but I would like to just do it once in my life. And I think it's because of my lack of readathons. And this seems very weird. Yes, there are a bunch of readathons out there. There are a bunch of activities and things that you can do in the book community all the time, constantly. They're constantly happening. I'm fully aware of all of them. Most of them this year, either A, I have not been able to participate in them because of school and I've been too busy, or B, they have not interested me as much as they have, because there was what, like 4 readathons I was in last year, and one of them we've cancelled and another one got cancelled and hasn't been like fixed yet, and then it's just being vague on purpose, but and the other 2 haven't happened yet, so because they're in August, so it's just been like a wild time. Lack of readathon has basically caused me to come up with this. I wanted to do it in July because I am taking 2 spring classes and I thought it was a May-June thing. So I was like, at the end of June and July I'll read 31 books in 31 days or whatever, right? And then it was like, psych, your classes don't end till August 15th. This is a full semester. And I was like, I did not sign up for a full semester. I signed up for half the semester. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm still angry and salty about that. Whatever. It's fine. That just means I'm doing it in June. Because in July I have to read my novel study and August are finals. So this was the best option for me currently. I just bumped it up, you know? That means I had to get ready faster. But I was already ready when I planned this back in like April. It was like after school ended. I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to read a book a day. So reading 30 books in 30 days is the plan that has shown up. I have already picked out all the books. I put them on my TBR shelf. I'm not going to tell anybody what they are until I actually pick them up. Because if I tell you what they are, I'm going to rebel against myself and not read them. I've already switched it around. I've taken a couple books out because I picked I picked short books. Not a lot of graphic novels, so I'm not like cheating, but there is some graphic novels in there for like days when I work and stuff and I need to just read something really quickly. I do have a couple audiobooks. Today I will be reading one with an audiobook because I still have school. Okay, I need to do my homework. I'll listen to an audiobook while I do my homework. It's fine. I also need to clean my room desperately because this is a mess. So like stuff like that is fine, whatever. But I've given myself like a variety of things to read, which yeah, I'm very excited for. And I was thinking about it, and this is like the last addition to this TBR. This is the last one I put on there because I picked out 29 books and then, or no, I picked out 31 books and then I took a couple off because they were sad. And I was like, I don't want to read sad. So I took them off and I put more on, and I ended up with like 29. And I was like, okay, I need a 30th one. What am I going to pick? And I started this series in May, and I started really liking it within the first couple chapters. And I was like, okay, I'll put this one on there because it's the second book in the trilogy. And, and then I ended up hating the book. Not like hating it, but like, I think I gave it 3 stars. It was like not the best. So I'm stuck with this one on my TBR because I'm going to do my best to not change it, and I think I should just start with it and get it over and done with, you know? Not because like, oh, I'm going to dread reading it and start the month off with a bad book, but like also I'm kind of dreading reading it, mostly because at the end of the first book she was like, let's go to London, and in this one she has a fucking wedding dress on and she's like 15, 16 on the, like, what is going on? I don't know. But the first book I'm going to start off with, the audiobook is on script, so I will be using that while I do my homework, and it is Demon Glass by Rachel Hawkins. Like, look, she has a wedding dress. Like, what is that? I don't know. Oh man, this thing is, let's see, there's the next book that's on there. This is 359 pages, so this is basically like a 400-page book that I will be reading today, listening to the audiobook / reading, probably both. I also have to read like 2 short stories for school, for my class, So like the struggle is real. I gotta read a bunch today just right off the bat, and I do have my reading journal ready to go, so when I read the book and finish it and get all the pages read, I'll put it in my pages read and we'll do a great count. I was thinking I should do like a count at the end of the month of like how many pages I actually read during the month. I think that'd be really cool. That could be a thing that could be starting. But 400 pages to start day one. And it's like, this is a thin book. You would never think this is 400 pages. Thin pages, my man. Thin pages. But we'll see how it goes. It's mostly just tween drama. For a 16-year-old, there's a lot of tween drama in here. And that's why I was like, eh, that's all I got for you. So, without further ado, I'm going to start reading. My updates are probably just going to be my afterthoughts of the book after I finish it, featuring the dog again, and then I will tell you what I'm picking up next, and those are just kind of be my updates for this vlog. It's not going to be too crazy, you know, because I'm planning on doing the entire month, and an entire month is probably going to be like an hour-long vlog, so I'm very sorry if this is really long to start off. Oh, this is a whole feat. I also have to edit a video today. Oh my god. Okay, whatever. Reading Demon Glass. My like reading mode for like readathons has turned on, which is like great for me. And I finished Demon Glass. And I actually enjoyed this a lot more than the first one. I still gave it 3 stars because like it's very childish and stuff, but it didn't take place in Hex Hall or Hecate Hall, but it takes place in like England in this other house. And there's like a lot of stuff revealed and things that happen, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I even like the love triangle, which I was like, whoa, okay. So I finished this. Pretty good. The next book I am going to pick up today, and just start it today. I'm not going to finish it today. Finish it tomorrow, hopefully. I have decided I want to pick up The Rain. This is by Virginia Bergen. This I've had for so long. I have the duology. The one after this one is called The Storm. I had to double check to be like, which one is the first one? But it's post-apocalyptic. It says on the front, just one drop will kill you, and that is all that I know. Rain is basically destroying the world, I think. It's poison rain, I think. That's just what I know. I don't know anything else about this. But that's what I've decided to pick up next. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll update you when I finish it, which is hopefully tomorrow. I'm only starting it today specifically also because my work hours got extended, so I will be working way more this week than I originally thought I was going to be, which is fine. There are 386 pages in this one. This one was 359. 386. These are actually pretty decently sized books, so reading. We're doing great. Day 3. I finished The Rain last night. This was very weird. I would have enjoyed this if I had read it when I purchased it, which was like 2015, because that's basically when this was published. I think was 2015 or 2016. 2014 this was published, okay? So basically, and now that I know about it, I can tell you what's in it. This is the main character. Oh my gosh, I've already forgotten her name. Ruby. It's like the end of the world. The rain has something in it. They're little tiny microscopic aliens that eat your blood cells, and they're falling down to earth in the rain somehow and basically just killing everybody in sight, and Ruby's left on her own to her own devices, and her whole entire thing is like, I'm gonna go dye my hair red. No, I'm gonna go get new makeup. I'm gonna do my makeup every day, like 3 times a day. That's her plan, basically. Oh, her makeup's running because she's crying because everybody's dying around her. Oh, let's just redo it. I am not even joking. It was very weird. I gave it 3 stars because I do appreciate the character growth she goes through, realizing things about herself and whatnot as she's like facing the end of the world, basically. But oh my god. Oh, it's so weird. So due to the fact that the first 2 days I have picked really just mediocre books that are just okay and strange or whatever, and I've given them both 3 stars. I told my roommate to pick from my little TBR, and she picked Dead is the New Black by Marlene Perez. This one, I don't know why I have it. I don't know where I picked it up, but it's very tiny, and I have to work today. So hopefully this will be good for me to read. It's 190 pages, and we'll see. I know that this series was really popular like back in the day, and that it's like 9 books or something, and that's all I know. Back in the day, I say. It was published in 2008. So, and I do have the second one. I don't know how I found these, like they just came out of the woodwork somewhere. I don't know, but this is the choice for today. I know nothing about it. We're just gonna have a good time, and I'll see you later. I gotta make this quick because I gotta catch my bus, but it is day 4. Yesterday I did finish Dead is the New Black thanks to the reading sprints that Elsie did on her channel. That was really fun. It was like 3 hours of just talking. But anyways, today I'm picking up Nimona. I keep saying this wrong, but anyways, this is what I'm picking up today. It is a graphic novel. I read the first page last night and it made me laugh really, really hard. So I'm really excited for this one. Thoughts on Dead is the New Black. I really, really, really enjoyed this. It was very much 2008 when it was published, or whenever it was published. Yeah, 2008. So it was very much like 2008 vibes. However, there were like good parts in it. One of the parents tried to make a woman in the kitchen joke, and everybody was like, no, 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 no. That was really funny to me. I was like, good job. I'm matching it today. I just realized. Oops. Anyways. And the romance in here was very weird. So I gave it 4 stars because the girl is like oblivious to the guy liking her, like the main character, Daisy. She's kind of like, oh, I like Ryan, but Ryan doesn't like me, and Ryan's like, we're a couple. But then he would disappear for like 5 days, and she's like, are we though? And it was like very weird. Like, he makes it clear several times that they're a couple, and then he like just disappears, and then he's not around, and she's like, where the fuck is my boyfriend? Is he my boyfriend? I don't know. It's a very weird romance. So like, I'm hoping it will like get better, because there are 8 more, like there's 8 books in this, so there's 7 more books in the series, and I kind of want to read them all. It was very fun. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna be looking for them because now I'm interested in what it is. But it's really, really cute short reads, you know? Anyways, but yeah, today, that's what's happening. I gotta go catch my bus, so I'll update y'all later. Bye. Today's Saturday, the first Saturday. And I would love to spend this whole day reading and catching up. I'm not even behind, but like getting ahead kind of thing, because there's a lot going on. I can, because I have a shit ton of homework. But I'm gonna give you my little update that I've been giving. I finished Nimona last night. It was so good. Oh my gosh. This was such a fun graphic novel. I don't think I've ever had this much fun reading a graphic novel. It was like so fun. Nimona is like such an interesting character with such like a weird backstory. I say weird because like she tells her backstory and then it's not actually her backstory. And the 2 knights in here, who are the 2 guys in the back, have a very also strange backstory, but it's like so fun. Oh my gosh, like 10 out of 10 recommend. I did give it 4 stars, but it's more like a 4.5. It wasn't just 5 because it didn't like suck me in and hold my attention. Like, I got distracted really easily while I was reading it, which is no fault of its own. I was just really tired last night, so that's probably why. I also, since I was reading that, but I was working yesterday, and I had like a couple hours where there was like no customers and nobody there, I started listening to the audiobook of Isla and Happily Ever After, so that's going to be the one for today. I picked this one in my TBR just because I have finished the other 2 books, and I just want to finish this trilogy. I just want to get it over and done with, and find out what happens. And I was really interested to see how she was going to include these characters, because 2 of the characters in here are from Anne and the French Kiss. Josh is like one of the best friends of the male lead in the first one, and Isla is just kind of mentioned once from Anna's point of view, but whatever. So like, I'm kind of excited to see what happens. We're back in Paris at the school, which is fun because Lola was in America and Anna was in France. But I do really like these covers. Like, I don't care about the story at all, I just really like the covers. So that's the plan today, because I have a shit ton of homework, so I'm going to be listening to the audiobook. And and that's what's happening. I am currently on chapter 6. That's where I'm at. So I read like the first almost 50 pages yesterday, which that's fine. But so far so good. It's like slowly getting better as I'm reading more and more, I guess. But I still have the sequel to The Rain to read, so we'll see how that goes. It's not technically day 6 yet. It's only like 10 o'clock on day 5 so far. But I need to crunch down my homework today because I truly did not do a whole lot of homework. I sat and listened to this and read it at the same time. Like, I was so interested in it, I had to read it while I listened to the audiobook. And I know I'm listening at 3 times speed, and that's pretty fast, but sometimes I get so excited I skip down the page and then I have to wait for the audiobook to catch up with me, which is the reason why I don't do it. I can read faster than 3 times speed. But I gave this 5 stars. Yes, I know there's a lot of issues with it. Anna and the French Kiss had really bad things in it. Bad things as in I just don't want to talk about it, whatever. But I really liked this. I liked Lola still the best. This is probably my second favorite because Anna was so, you know, anyways. But I did give it 5 stars, which means it's the first 5 stars of the month. I know it's not going to be my favorite book of the month. There are some other books in here that are going to be better than this, and that's totally okay. But I truly had a lot of fun reading this and the romance with it. It was like very fun. And I just really have a soft spot for figure skating. So Calliope, yeah. I was very excited that the Olympics were in this, but anyways, that was just like a side note. Since I'm filming this for tomorrow, basically, I'm not going to talk to you tomorrow, because I have a bajillion homework things to do that I didn't do today, because I have so many things due. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to read tomorrow, and that is Deadly Class Volume 9. This is a graphic novel that I've been following along for like the last 5 years or something. I think I read it when the first 4 were out and published, because I bought the first 2 right off the bat, and then I was like, oh, there's 4, and I've kind of just slowly been reading it. By this point, there's probably a 10th volume out, if they're making a 10th one. I don't know how long this is supposed to last, because after I had read like 6 or 7, I thought I was supposed to stop, but here's on volume 9. I don't know how many pages this is. I think it's like between 150 to 200 pages, like it's not very long, and I speed through it because it's amazing. There is like a TV show, and I did watch the first episode, and it was actually really well done, but it wasn't renewed, so I just never finished the series, like the episode from season 1. And my favorite character is the main character's girlfriend, Maria or whatever. She's like badass. She's this one right here on the cover. She's got the coolest outfits. Basically this is just an assassin school. So I am very excited for this, and I will let you know what I think about it when I get there. But I know I'm gonna love it, so like there's no point in lying to myself. I'm gonna love it. I already know that. But I'll probably see you guys on Monday, because Sunday I need to, it's crunch time. Oh my god. I messed up. I'll just say that right now, I messed up. That's on me. The whooshy hair. The whoosh. The whooshity whoosh. What day is it? I literally posted June 7th. It's day 7 of this. But I like literally first thing in the morning, I'm like, yesterday was day 6, today's the 7th. Don't even have to look at the calendar because I'm doing that, and then as soon as I turn the camera, I forget. Okay, so I read Deadly Class last night, volume 10. No, this is volume 9. Very upset. Specifically because it was really good. Like, this was, I think, the easiest one to follow along for me, because I have a hard time following along with graphic novels regardless. I don't know, it's probably because I'm like not creating the story and atmosphere in my own head, and it's already created for me kind of thing, and I like the artwork, so I just get distracted really easily. This one was really easy to follow along, and I sped through it in no time at all. Like, read it before the Juno Awards were over. But it ended like on a cliffhanger, and there were some really fun parts in this, like really fun. The one dude, I can't remember his name for the life of me, the nerd guy who's never killed anybody finally kills somebody, and then just says like, I guess we broke up because it was his girlfriend. It was like a whole thing, and it made me laugh really hard. And then the ending is just kind of like, oh, Maria. I loved Maria up until this point. She's kind of a dick. and I understand why she's a dick, but also whatever the main character's name is, can't remember his name either. I only remember Maria because she's literally my favorite. He's kind of a dick, and they just don't see eye to eye anymore. So I'm like, if you guys are gonna be dicks to each other, like why even date? What's the point? That's basically where I'm at, and it was really good. I actually gave it 5 stars. This is probably one of my favorite ones, but there isn't a 10th one announced. I looked on Goodreads, it's not there. I'm very upset because I need a 10th one to see what he's gonna do. Oh my god, it's so good. It's like a school for assassins and just so fun. Oh my gosh, people dying all the time, and then they're like, you killed them, I'm gonna kill you. So it's just like a never-ending cycle of just revenge, and I love revenge. It's so good. Anyways, on to what I'm going to read today. I am going to read Dead is a State of Mind today because I still have homework to do. I caught up quite a bit yesterday though. I'm pleased with the progress I made yesterday. So reading a short book once again. This is so tiny. It's less than the first book. The first book was like 191 pages. This one is 175. And there is, I read a little bit online, I think. No. It says, when it comes to guys, this is the Giordora, I don't know how to say their last name, oh my gosh. Sisters should know how to pick them. Rose is dating an undertaker, Poppy is dating a ghost, and Daisy is still with her longtime love, Ryan. Or is she? And then I read the first chapter this morning, and it was basically like, new guy, he's really hot, he likes you. I was like, I'm here for it. So I'm excited to read this, but I'm gonna go edit YouTube videos and then do some homework and then get to reading. That's my plan for today. So hopefully it will go good. I'm very excited. It's day 8. Why is my camera like that? Okay, that's better. What am I at? What are we doing? What's happening? I read Dead is a State of Mind yesterday, and it was really good. I have conflicted feelings because I really like the storyline and I like where it's going, mostly because werewolf romances are like a thing that I enjoy. Don't come at me, okay? And like, I posted the picture of this and Marlene Perez commented on it with like a little heart. I was like, oh my god, it made my day yesterday. Oh my gosh. So exciting. I love when authors do that. I don't see a lot of authors that do that, but this is really nice, especially since I only have like 200 followers or something. I'm so little, it's like not even funny. I don't grow. I just like reached a certain point on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram where like all my book stuff just doesn't get any bigger, and I'm like, okay, like despite all the fact that I'm like trying to talk to people and like comment on stuff and like stuff and follow new people constantly and just like trying to expand where I'm at, it like I reached a point like I'm just not getting any bigger. Whatever, it's fine. Aside from that, this was like really good. This is like, wow, I got sidetracked so easily. What is happening? The only person I absolutely despise in this entire thing is Ryan. And I don't like the main character as much, but like Ryan is like, this is like the worst relationship I think I've read ever. Other than like, I know like it's not even a relationship, that's the thing. He's never there, he never talks to her, he makes plans, he bails, she gets pissed off. That's like the whole thing in both of the books, because this is the second book, right? I assume you know that because you were watching this entire video and you got to this point, but he's never there, and so it's just kind of frustrating. But I will continue to read this. I will get my hands on the other books. They're only like $10, so I'll find them eventually. It says $7.99 on the back of this, but I know that that's the American price, so we'll get to that. Today on the other hand, I have a lot of homework I need to get done. I literally have a quiz to write and stuff, and I was just gonna read a book, but I have decided that an audiobook would be better, and I have the audiobook for this one on Scribd, so I will pick it up, and it is The Storm. This is the sequel to The Rain by Virginia Bergen, so we can figure out what happens with the weirdest main character I've ever read, who just walks around and puts on makeup. Well, the world is basically ending. So we'll see what happens in this one. If she finds her dad, her little half-brother, and her grandma. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see what happens to Ruby. I'm just like... See, I'm reading the ones that I think are going to be lower first, and then all the ones that I know I'm excited for later in the month to make myself feel better. It's a good one, so that's why I'm reading this right away, because I'm just like, I have so much better ones over there that I can't wait for. So we'll read this one next. I have to do my homework. Good luck to me. I'll check back in later. Oh, I just sat on something. Ow! This is my charging cord for my Fitbit. That was not comfortable. So glad I pressed record before I sat down. Jeez, okay. So this is an update. It is still June 8th today. It is still Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. I'm like, oh, whatever. Okay, so for the next couple days, well, I have a lot happening. And I'm going to explain to you what's going on in my head right now. I'm very much motivated and on a roll right now. As you can tell, I've read 8 books in 8 days because I did finish The Storm. Which, quick thoughts, this is better than The Rain, by far. Her need to preserve herself is stronger. Like, the first book she had, like, no self-preservation. She's like, let's just walk outside in our flip-flops. Oops, forgot to check it was raining. Is my makeup okay? In this one, she, like, snaps out of that and is, like, way better at what she needs to do, but also still terrible. Like, oh my god. This was, like, I don't even know. I don't even know how to describe the main character in this. It's just, yeah, whatever. Anyways, my brain is very much like, you're in a reading mood. You need to be reading constantly. Like, don't do anything but read, blah, 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 blah. I did, like, listen to the audiobook and I got a bunch of stuff done today and I was very proud of myself for that. But now I'm still in, like, a reading and it's been going on, like, the whole time. Like, the last 8 days, I've been like, oh, but I need to pick up another book once I finish the other book. And I am sticking my TBR, which is new and unexpected and I've never done that before, because I'm mostly motivated to just finish a bunch of books, because I'm going to be doing an unhaul video hopefully come September or October where I just get rid of a bunch of my books, like donate them, obviously, not just get rid of them, because my future plans, I want, how do I put this? I don't want to give anything away currently, but I'm looking at my books and I'm thinking to myself, would I move across the country with this book? And I have a stack of books on my TBR that I'm thinking, I don't think I would move across the country with these books. So I want to read those, like, immediately. They're not the ones that are on my TBR for this month because I'm still sticking with this month and the TBR that is happening. But if I end up reading more than 30 books this month, oops, my bad. It might actually happen because I just want to read. So, like, I kind of started, like, overlapping my books and starting the book at the end of the day when I'm in the mood to read, because I'm in the mood to read usually between, like, 5 and 8 p.m. is the time that I'm super in the mood. But by like maybe 6 p.m. I finish my book. Most of the time I finish my book by like 6 or 7, right? So, like, I still have a couple of hours in there and I'm not sleeping until like midnight, so I have the mood to read. But I've been restraining because I was like, should I pick up the books that are technically still on my current reads on Goodreads? And I say no because they were not on my TBR. So I'm going to, like, it's like not even 5 o'clock right now. It's maybe 4:30 right on the 8th. No, it's at 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock today. Okay. So I'm going to pick up the book that I was going to pick up tomorrow, which originally was the plan for today because tomorrow I was going to listen to an audiobook. But I'm going to pick up Monster High. Okay, this is the first book. I really want to read this. I feel like it's going to be a really good comfort book. I feel like, so there's this series, Monster High series, and there's another Monster High series. And I feel like this was the original one that they made before the, like, not the TV series, but the YouTube series, or this was the original one that they made alongside the YouTube/TV series. So when they started making those episodes and stuff, the cartoon, you know, the cartoon, I feel like this was either before or during or like right after. This was the first one. That's all I know, it was the first one. Because there is another series and they're beautiful hardcover books and they look better than this, but they're newer. Okay, this one says it was published in 2010, but I don't know. So I have no idea. Anyways, so this is the first one. I have the other 3. They are on the TBR for this month. Hopefully I will enjoy this one to want to pick up the rest of them because I love Monster High. There's just something about it that, creatively speaking, I was like, as a kid when I was really heavily writing at like 15 and this like came out, I was like, my mind got blown. I was like, who came up with this idea? Holy shit, this is so good. So just like creatively, I really enjoy the characters that they created, and I don't even care what they do. I just like the characters, and then they come out with more characters. I'm like, oh my god, yeah. I know that they don't make it anymore, but like, I follow Monster High Instagram accounts. I think it's really cool. I couldn't give a crap about the dolls. I don't care what kind of movie they make. I like the characters because they're so fun, and they're all different, and they're all special in their own way, and they're just so cool. Oh my god. Okay. Side note, Monster High dress-up games online, that was like a thing that I did too. We won't talk about that. But anyway, so this is what I'm reading. Because I'm gonna pick it up tonight because I just want to read. I just want to read. I'm like a reading machine right now. Like, I'm getting stuff done, and I want to read all of my TBR plus that other stack by the end of the summer, and that's my plan. And then I will read things I will actually enjoy, because most of these I don't think I will actually enjoy. Like, 1, 2, 3, at least 4 of them I have already tried to read and gave up like 2 chapters in. So, and one of them I'm not even gonna read it. I'm just unhauling it. I'm not gonna talk about that. But yeah, so like that's my thing right now. It's good. I like it. We're having a good time. So I'm gonna read this tonight, even though it's my day 9 book. I won't post the picture till tomorrow because, yeah. Anyways, and I already have my day 10 book picked out. But the issue is, this is why I'm starting it now also, because my family's coming this weekend. They're coming Thursday to Saturday, and I know that I'm also working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so like I'm gonna be at work or hanging out with my dad. So yeah, and then my cousin's on Saturday or whatever, because like literally everything opens up on Thursday. That's not why we're doing this. My dad's coming for a doctor's appointment. It's a completely different thing. But Alberta opens up on Thursday, like almost completely. Like, you could go to a movie theater. I don't want to do that, even though I'm one-shot vaccinated, because it fucking terrifies me still. But like, it's available. Although they only got really like horror films in the theater, which I find very weird. But anyways, okay. I also purchased this book for $5. $5, yeah, at my used bookstore, and it's very exciting. I got like the whole series. Melody is new. Who is Melody? Melody is new. Frankie is newer. I know Frankie. I'm gonna have to look up the characters. I think I know who Melody is. I think she was actually my favorite. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna give you my update later. I also gave this one 3 stars. It is a 3-star. The one before is more like a 2.5, even though if I gave it 3, because this one was way better. But anyways, that's where I'm sitting right now. That's how everything's going. My page tracker for this month looks fantastic. Just saying, this is the best I'm ever gonna do reading during month ever. Like, ever. I'm never gonna do this good ever again. It's like a whole new level of Darby gremlin crazy lady. You know? You know? Anyways, so that's where I'm at. Okay, I'll update you later. If I finish this tonight, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. I'm already losing it. You saw what I did yesterday, you would have been like, it is the end of day 9. My AirPods are in to keep my ears warm. I finished Monster High. It's very much enjoyable. Very different from the TV series because it takes place in like our world, like fully 110% in Oregon, and the monsters are in hiding, and Frankie is created. She's like gotta go to school now because she's 15 when she's like 15 days old, kind of thing, like the TV series / web show. And she's like, I don't want to hide. I don't want to put makeup on to hide my skin. Like, screw that. And there's like a whole fiasco because her head falls off. It's really fun. The book that I was going to read tomorrow is not going to happen anymore. I'm taking it completely off of my list. It's not happening. It is Dance Me Outside by W.P. Kinsella. This is the dude that wrote the book that became Field of Dreams, the baseball movie, okay? This dude is white, and this is stories told from Indigenous point of view. And first of all, that's not good. So I did a little digging and a little research to see what the heck was going on. And I found an interview of him talking about why he wrote this and why he wrote a bunch of Indigenous stories. And it's not good. It's not good. So I will never be reading anything by this author. Don't even like Field of Dreams. I don't like baseball, so would never want to read it, but I will never be reading anything from this author, and I will be giving this book back to my mother because she had this as a high school book this was published in 1977, and my mom had it from high school when she read it and thought it would be okay. I mean, that's not her, like, she didn't do that. She read it in high school as like novel study, was given this because she grew up around Edmonton, so like that's the thing, and this guy lived in Edmonton, so obviously they're going to promote their own local authors, and he was famous for the Field of Dreams book. So when they were doing Indigenous stuff, learning about Native Americans, they were like, hey, read this book, even though he's hella white and hella terrible human being. So, yeah, this shouldn't exist, really. And to change it, I have picked the shortest book I own, I think, ever. It is 96 pages, 95 and like a quarter. Is Animal Farm. Yes, I've never read this. Don't know why, just haven't. It's like the smallest book ever. I figured I might as well pick up a classic since I don't like classics to begin with and need to catch up with classics. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna read this instead. I know that it's like no better, but I know that I should read it. I was having a really difficult time, which is why I was like, what's the shortest book I own? So I will be reading this tomorrow on the 10th. Yeah, this is day 10 book. Okay, bye. I haven't updated in a few days. I finished, oh god, what was I reading last? Animal Farm. I gave that 3 stars. It was fine, whatever. It's the only classic that I sat through in one whole sitting, basically. Whatever. I read it. Gave it 3 stars. But the next book I read was Night Broken by Patricia Briggs. This was amazing. I think it was one of my favorite books in the series so far. I think I say that every single time, but I actually gave this one 5 stars. It's like every book gets better and better and better. And I thought this was like the 5th book, but it's like the 8th book. So like, oops. But I am very excited to like continue on and finish the series. I don't think I'm gonna buy the rest of them because I only have this one, kind of. This is the last book that I own. I don't even own the first one. I own like the 2nd to the 8th, which is very weird. And then I don't think I'm gonna keep them. I'm probably gonna unhaul them, which is fine because I have like basically access to all the audiobooks except for like this audiobook I had to buy on Audible, and then the next one is on Scribd. And then after that, it goes back to Libby. It's very weird. Like the 8th and the 9th book were like just the only 2 that weren't available at the library. I don't know, very strange. But I very much enjoyed it. Main character is Mercy. She is a coyote shifter. Her dad is Coyote. And she's in love with a werewolf alpha dude. By this point, like they're married at the beginning of the series. She's still neighbors to him, is the whole thing. But in this one there is a lava god that they are fighting. There's fae, there's werewolves obviously, there's vampires, there's all sorts of mythical creatures just existing in our world and pretending they're not there. And it's really cool. I like this series a lot. It's basically like a Wattpad werewolf book to the next level, like way better. Just like leveled up, you know? And then the book I'm currently reading, because it is day 13, this is my day 12 book, is Matilda. I will finish this probably within the next hour. I am on page 95, so I'm like literally halfway through. This is a really cute copy and I love it. And I'm having fun reading it so far. I had no idea what it was about. I've never seen the movie, so this was very nice. And then once I finish that, since that was my day 12 book and today is day 13, I will be reading Eve and Adam. This is by Michael Grant and Catherine Applegate. I don't know why I picked this book up at all. I have no idea what was going through my head in the bookstore when I saw it. It looks, I don't know. I'm just gonna read it to get it over and done with, you know? Because that's like the kind of the mood I'm in for reading currently. So we'll see.
I think they're just like, they created Adam and Eve and Adam, and you know, and I don't know. I literally have no idea what this book is about. We'll get to it eventually. For now, I'm just gonna finish Matilda and do my homework, and then I will get to that one. And I'm like at this point where, I mean, like, it's day 13. This week is gonna be like really weirdly busy. Week 2 is always the hardest week for a readathon. We always know that. And I kind of hit, like, when I hit the 11-day mark, like after 10 days, my brain was like, you can't read anymore. So like it was a little bit more difficult, and I had to do a lot of catching up. That's why I was okay with Animal Farm being really short and having the audiobook for Night Broken, and just trying to get through these 2 today, and that will get me back on track. But there was like 2 days that I didn't really read there at all, which is why I didn't really try. Because like when I read Animal Farm, I read like the first little bit of Animal Farm, and then I listened to half of this. So I was more interested in this than I was finishing Animal Farm. And then I had to quickly try and finish both of them so that I could move on, and I'm just playing catch up now, which is fine. It's whatever. But it's going well so far. I should show you my little, I'm staying like whichever book I pick for that day is whatever that day count is for pages. I'm not really like doing the actual page count since I messed up for like the last 4 days, but this is what my page tracker looks like. So like we got all this left, we're not even halfway through the month, and I'm already struggling, you know. More updates to come though. Thank you for coming. Oh my god. A whole new angle, guys. Just kidding. Yeah, the door's open, nobody's here. I can film with the door open at the moment. Okay, so it's been a hot minute. I think I haven't updated in like a week. It is Saturday, June 19th, and I wasn't updating because my memory card was full and I was too lazy to go ahead and empty it, and that's the only reason. Otherwise I would have been updating, but I filmed so many videos, so I figured like a big update would have been better. So last time I was talking to you, I think I was reading 2 books. So I finished Matilda. This one I gave 4 stars to. It was super cute. There was artwork inside. I love this copy so much, like, oh my gosh. And I've never watched the movie. I don't remember if I said that or not. So this was my first interaction with Matilda, and I very much enjoyed it. I cannot wait to go ahead and watch the movie. I know it's for little kids, and it definitely has like a little kid ending that I would have loved as a kid if stuff like that happened. It was so cute, and I very much enjoyed it. And if you haven't read this and you want something really cute with like a cheesy ending, definitely read it. It was really nice. I don't know what else to say about it because I feel like everybody else has watched the movie other than me, so I can't tell you comparison to the movie, but I want to watch it now. I'm into it. I think I also told you I was reading Eve and Adam by Michael Grant and Catherine Applegate. This was a lot better than I thought. This was, so Eve is, her name is actually she's called Evening, that's her name. Her mom is a scientist. She's a billionaire because she's really good businesswoman at the same time. They say she's actually like a mediocre scientist, so she's like not the best, but she's really good at being a billionaire and owning the company that she owns. And they do a lot of pharmaceutical things that help other people, and they just like basically give them away for free, which is like the opposite of what America does. But she meets this guy, oh my gosh, what's his name? It's not Adam. Solo. I think his name is Solo. It's not on the back of this. I think his name is Solo, but she meets him, and his parents died in the same accident that Evening's father died in, because his parents were trying to do something. And Evening is given an opportunity after a car accident to go stay in her mom's lab and work on this little programming thing that they're trying to teach kids how like the human body works by creating a human on this simulation. And she ends up creating Adam, and Adam becomes a real person. And Solo knows this and knows that Adam is going to become real, and he wants to take her mom's company down because it's not good. But her mom it's not her mom's fault. So it's like a whole thing, and it's like really good, and I very much enjoyed it. I like that it's a standalone. I had a lot more fun than I thought I would, so I gave this one 4 stars. I'm debating on still keeping it though, because I'm on hauling a bunch of books right now, so this one is like a maybe for keeping, because I think somebody else would thoroughly enjoy this as much as I did. The next book that I read was The Ghoul Next Door. This is the second Monster High book by Lacey Harrison. This was also really good. Oh my gosh, 4 stars. I'm enjoying almost everything I'm reading this month, which is really nice. This takes place like seconds after the other book ends, where what's her face? Melody is being blackmailed, Jackson is being blackmailed. If you didn't read the first book, you have no idea, but Jackson is 2 people, Jackson and DJ, and Melody catches it on video, and this girl who wants to be her friend and calls her a shitty friend starts to blackmail them, therefore blackmailing the rest of the rads, who are the monster people in the book. They call themselves rads. And this is kind of like unfolding it. I really like the cover because it's like Cleo's cover, because there's a lot of Cleo point of view in there, and I love Cleo. I think she's hilarious. So amazing. I love that I read this. Can't wait to read the next one, which will be this month eventually. Haven't got there yet. And the last book I'm going to update you on is The Case for Jamie by Brittany Cavallaro. This was really good. I have this thing with a lot of books where I can remember every single point up until about the last 20 pages. Can't remember how the book ends, because I don't remember how the first book really went, and I don't remember how the second book ended, but I can remember everything leading up to the second book. And I do remember how this one ended because I was super into it. I was like, you need to remember, you need to remember, you need to remember. So I gave it 4 stars, and the covers for these ones are really pretty. But so this is the 3rd book in the series. This follows Charlotte Holmes and Jamie Watson. They are descendants from the original Holmes and Watson, and somebody is after them basically the whole time. They're originally after Charlotte because Charlotte's been stirring up some trouble, but in this one they're after Jamie, and Jamie is losing it. He cannot handle somebody going after him. He's trying his best to like just move on with his life, be good at school. He has a girlfriend, he's trying so good, and then people just come and ruin it. It's not even Charlotte's fault. Originally it was Charlotte's fault, and this one is really not. She comes to like save the day. But I loved how it ended, and the epilogue was like really cute. It was a bunch of emails back and forth between them, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. And I have the 4th book to read this month, so I cannot wait to get to it because it was really awesome. Now, books that I'm currently reading, there's 3, maybe 4 of them. I tried to pick a small book on the day that I got my 2nd vaccination shot, and that was The Beauty. This is a graphic novel, and I'm literally like, I got 40% of the way through it. I am loving it. I cannot wait to finish it. I just haven't had the time to sit down and finish it because I felt like crap for so long, you know? So I will finish this hopefully today. I really want to. The other book I hope to finish today is The Poet X, because it is Juneteenth. I've never actually heard somebody say the word out loud. I've just read it in America. I think this would be a really good book to read today, so this is kind of like my top priority. I am 67 pages in, and I've almost cried about the whole time. There's like 2 poems in here so far that like really like made me want to cry. Questions I have on page 32, and confirmation class on page 12. Like I was gonna read more of it, and I couldn't even continue because I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. So I really want to read this one. I didn't realize I had picked such a sad book. I thought it was just gonna be moving and not necessarily motivational, but like resonate with me, and it resonated with me like a little too hard, with mostly the religion stuff and then the body stuff, and I was like, oh my god, ow. So just the fact that she's like, how do I tell my mom that Jesus is a friend that I need to move on from? And I was like, I went to Catholic school as a kid, like I am technically Catholic, but I fully understand that part. And then the fact that she's like, how can I love God if he gave me this body that people keep looking at? And I was like, not that like my body is something that people look at constantly, but like growing up, like there are parts of my body that I'm like, oh my god, and I just hate my body the way, like, I feel she kind of hates her body too in certain aspects of it, and it's like kind of like, why was I given this if I absolutely hate parts of it, kind of thing. And I was like, this hurts a little too much, you know? Does that make sense? Yeah. So reading this, I feel like is gonna be a little bit harder, just because it feels like I'm back in grade 10, like, because she's in grade 10, I feel like I'm back there, and it hurt a lot, you know? The other book I'm currently reading is a little happier. This is The Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Poston. I am on page 88. I'm on day 2 of the con. It's really cute because there's two main characters. There's Jess, and Imogen. And I'm listening to the audiobook for this one because I've had it for like a really long time. Side note, look at that pretty color. Anyways, I have read, the first book is Geekerella. Geekerella was really cute. I liked it a lot more than I thought it was. I did not think I was gonna like Geekerella. I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I loved it. So much so I went out and bought a copy of Geekerella, and then I found this one at a used bookstore. I think it was this one. It was probably this one. And I was like, okay, I need to do it. And then the third one she released, Bookish and the Beast, is also on my TBR for this month. Notice how I'm like leaving the more popular ones kind of like for last, like the more recently published ones. I did it on purpose. I'm looking at my TBR, it's back there. You can't really see it, I'm in the way. But anyways, and I'm enjoying this one a lot. So we're on day 2 already. Jess has told Imogen, because they look really similar, really alike, they just have different hair and different eyes. And Imogen was already mistaken for as Jess. Jess has something that has happened and she cannot do the con for the rest of the weekend, so she's asked Imogen to pretend to be her. That is what's happening so far. But I also heard this book is hella queer, so I was kind of excited to see what that meant, and it's not going the way I thought it was gonna go, but I very much appreciate the way it is going. And I also love that we get like glimpses into the characters of Geekerella. They're like, ooh, that was the pumpkin truck, and ooh, they call like the girl from the first one, I cannot remember her name because I read this like Geekerella like 2 years ago. They call her Geekerella, which I think is so cute. They're like, she fell, or the main character of the Starfleet, I think it's called Starfleet. I literally cannot remember what anything is called. Fell for the prince dude, fell for Geekerella, who's like a regular one of us. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. But anyways, that's what I got. That's what I got for you. I don't know how else to describe it. The book that I picked for today's reading, because those are the past 3 days that I just never got to, technically past 4 because I picked The Beauty before I picked The Case for Jamie. But the one for today is Paper Girls Volume 2. Since I'm like behind, I figured another graphic novel would be pretty good. I actually have 2 copies of this book. I don't know why. I think I fucked that up. But this one should be short and sweet, and I liked the first one, so I'm continuing on. This one is these girls deliver papers and they get mixed up with time traveling aliens, is my understanding. It's very weird, but I'm excited to see what happens because I have no idea what really happened in the first one. There's like 4 girls, and then these are the time traveling aliens on the back. So there's just 2 dudes. Just 2 dudes being bros, you know? Anyways, so I'll see if I understand what happens at the end of this. But that's my update. That was a bit of a long update. Sorry, it's been a couple days. Honestly, probably update in a couple days. Hopefully I read more of this so that I can update you tomorrow and be like, hey, this is what I finished. But yeah, so hopefully I'm going to finish The Beauty and the Podex. That's my plan. And then I'll get back to you. I look like I'm going golfing or something. I don't know, man. This is my like little update video. Today is the 25th, which means I have like what? 6 days including today because it's only like 8:30 or something. I don't know what time it is. It's not even 9 o'clock. It's 8:45. So I have like 6 days left. I'm a little behind, I'm not gonna lie. By a little I mean like 5 books. But I haven't updated you guys in a while. So I will go, I'll update what I've read. I finished The Poet X. I cried the entire time I read it. Figured that was gonna happen. I finished The Beauty. This was really good. I gave The Podex 5 stars. I gave The Beauty 4 stars, I believe. Then I read Paper Girls Volume 2. I gave this one 5 stars because there was some really funny jokes in here and I really liked it. Then I read The Princess and the Fangirl. I think I gave this one 4 stars. This was very fun and very nerdy, and I very much enjoyed that I read this. And then I finished Where There's a Wolf, There's a Way. I gave this one 4 stars. This one is the 3rd book out of the 4 books that they have, and it very much felt like middle book syndrome in this one. So this one was like a little dull compared to the rest of them, even though some exciting things happened. But yeah, what am I currently reading? Books that I have picked up for like books ahead or whatever. Enola Holmes, this is the first one, The Case of the Missing Marquess. I have started that one. Sabrina, this is the first graphic novel, and this one is called The Crucible. Yeah, that's what it's called, The Crucible. It's on this page. Have not actually started this one yet, but I know that it will take me no time at all to read. This is Girl Serpent Thorn. This is the dust jacket for it. I was really excited for this one. I'm going to talk to you guys about this for a second. I think I'm on chapter like 11 or 12. This is giving me vibes that I'm not really interested in, which is terrible because I was really excited to read this. I heard such great things. It's giving me vibes that are the same towards Damsel, which I really didn't like. I gave like 1 star, and Crown of Coral and Pearl, which I gave 3 stars. It was okay, but I still want to unhaul that book. So this is just the same vibes as those 2 books, and it took me like a whole day to try and figure out which vibes I was getting off of this, because I was like, I've read vibes like this and I didn't like them. But I have high hopes because we're halfway through and she's learning like a lot. I think I'm like halfway through. Hang on, let me see where I'm at. Okay, I'm about chapter 15, so I am on page 149. So a good chunk of the way through, about half, almost half. Yeah, and the vibes are just really weird, but all of the things that I thought were gonna happen in this book kind of already happened. So I'm like, what else is there going on, you know? So we'll see. We'll see if like the vibes change and if I like it more. But right now this is sitting kind of at like a 3 star for me. Maybe a 3.5. We'll see. Anyways, that's just what I had to tell you. The book I picked yesterday was A Question of Homes, which is the last book in this series, and I am more entitled to finishing this than I am finishing this right now. And then the book for today is Back and Deader Than Ever, which is the last Monster High book. So like finishing off a bunch of series. I'm very excited to do that. I have 1 more book that's a finishing off a series for me in my like little pile. But I think today for sure I'm going to try and finish this, and then tomorrow I will get to the rest of them, because I have the day off tomorrow. Today I have great chaos, absolute chaos to get through. So but I figured I would update you while I had makeup on before I went to work and looked insane. Maybe I'll update again tonight if I finish Girl Serpent Thorn and my thoughts change. But right now that's where I'm at. We'll see. It is Sunday, which means I have like 3 days left. I don't think I'm gonna hit 30, but I'm gonna try my best, okay? I'm still motivated. It's just like I work the next 3 days, so a little bit more difficult, not to mention I'm studying for a midterm that I have to take on the 1st. It's a time, I'll tell you that. I'm a little stressed. But I'm going to update you while the dog barks on what I read. I finished the Monster High quartet that I have. This was Back and Deader Than Ever. I gave it 4 stars. This one kind of fell flat for me again. I thought about giving it 3 stars because, so here's the thing. The first 2 were great and they had really big events and stuff, and then like the 3rd one and the 4th one kind of just were okay. I don't know how else to describe it, but I was just like, okay, thanks. I don't know. Very weird. But they did good. I liked being in Lala's point of view, which is Draculaura. They call her Lala. But that was really fun. The next book I also gave 4 stars to was Girl Serpent Thorn. This, like, halfway through, switched up the vibes and became really good. The first half I was talking about earlier had vibes from 2 books that I really truly didn't like, but it switched around and it was like self-saving and queer, which was I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't expecting it. I don't know why I wasn't, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people have told me that. But that was really good. I very much enjoyed that. The next book I read, I think I gave 3 stars to, and it was Enola Holmes and the Case of the Missing Marquess. I think that's how you say it. Anyways, I gave it 3 stars because it felt like nothing was solved at all. I like the movie better, let's just say that. But I feel like I'm going to finish reading the rest of the books. Like, I have a desire to finish the series so far. I would like to read the next one and see what happens. But it just kind of was not as exciting as I was expecting. And a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, because literally nothing was solved. And then I actually read one that was solved. This was A Question of Holmes. This is the last book in this series as well, the quartet that it is. This one felt unnecessary. It didn't really have a definite ending. I liked the ending of the 3rd one better. I liked the 3rd one better than this. But I ended up still giving it 4 stars because I liked the case that they were trying to solve in here. But it was just the ending. Like, I understand what Charlotte wanted and what she needed, but then it just didn't make any sense in the entire epilogue, and I was like, okay. And I just finished it like 5 seconds ago. I don't know what to think about it. But I liked the case. It was a really good case. Yeah, I don't know. What am I currently reading? I'm currently reading The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which was today's book, but I haven't... It's down in the basement because that's where I was studying and I was reading it. I also am reading I Am Princess X. This was, I think, yesterday's book. This one's fun because it is not only like novel format, but also you hit the comics that the girls created. But I have a feeling that this one is going to be very sad. It's already kind of sad. So, we'll see. This one is basically these 2 girls created Princess X when they were like in the 5th grade or something, and they kind of grew up together being best friends, and then one of the friends dies and all the Princess X comics and stories that they wrote about her disappeared, and the friend that's alive can't find them. So that's where I'm at right now, and I have no idea what's gonna happen. The last one I am currently reading is Sabrina. This is, I think I mentioned this last time. I haven't even started it yet. I'm being very lazy. How about I tell you the books I have for the last 3 days, and then we'll have fun, and then I'll update you. I'll just like update everybody when I'm done. So tomorrow will be Bookish and the Beast to finish off this trilogy, and then after that I will do Super Mutant Magic Academy. I keep calling this Super Mutant Ninja Academy because I think that sounds cooler, but this one's a graphic novel. And then I'm saving the best, I guess, for last, and that is The Loneliest Girl in the Universe. This was the one that I was so excited when I heard about it and read like the little synopsis that I literally dreamt about it, which I've never like read it before, so why would I? But I am very excited. I'm leaving this for like the last day because I'm so excited. But those are the ones that I have left after today. 3 more days, I can do it. I'm trying to finish 1 more book today. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm going to try and finish 1 more book today. It might be The Perks of Being a Wallflower, because I feel like that one's going to be hard to get through, so I would like to get through it faster, if that makes any sense. We can do it. We can do it. I got this. Welcome to July 1st. June is over. My challenge month is over, and I'm kind of excited because I did a lot and I accomplished so much, and I'm very proud of myself for that. I don't think I will ever try reading 30 books in 30 days ever again unless I fully have the time to do it. Most of the reason why I did not actually finish it, I'll get to that, but is because I have a midterm like today. So I was still taking 2 classes. I'm working part-time like 3 days a week, so it was a little bit more difficult for me, but I read 29.5 books. I finished that. So before I wrap up, there is the books that I did finish, and then I'll tell you what I didn't. I did finish The Perks of Being a Wallflower. This was kind of sad, but since I have seen the movie, I kind of knew what was happening. I did like the way it was told, like in letters. I very much enjoyed that. I liked like the narrator vibe. It was really nice. Sad. I gave it 4 stars. The next book I gave 5 stars, and that was Bookish and the Beast. This was my favorite book out of the entire trilogy of the Geekerella series. It like ended up finishing off with Ella and Darian in the end, and it was like so cute. I was like, oh, it like wrapped up kind of like perfectly. And you know what, if she made more books in this series, I know she's already given like all the cast members their romance and stuff, but if she made more books in the series, I would not be upset. I would actually love it so much because this was so cute. This is my favorite one. So that's why I got 5 stars, and the one's got 4 stars because I loved Geekerella like so much, but it was kind of like entering somewhere. And then The Princess and the Fangirl was kind of like, it was amazing, but I didn't understand how it went with Princess and the Frog. So it was just kind of like, yes and no, I understood it, but not really. But this one was like Beauty and the Beast. Oh. And it was books, so like I was all over it. The reading and how she talks about reading, and I was like, okay, yeah. It was like a little less nerdy for the Starfleet or whatever, but that was totally fine. And a fun color, like this is like the coolest color ever. The camera's like not picking up. It's like a royal blue. It's so nice. But anyways, so this is a series that I very much enjoy, and because I'm basically a fangirl and have lived my entire life fangirling over stuff like this, I very much appreciate every second of it. The next book that I finished was I Am Princess X. Why does this look so dirty? This cover just picked up everything. Anyways, this was kind of told with comics and stuff. There's pictures in there. I mostly listened to the audiobook for this one because I was at work while I was trying to read it, but the audiobook did a really wonderful job of reading the comics and like setting the scene for them. And you could kind of tell when the comics showed up, which was really cool. But this was not what I expected at all. Like, at all. This was like a murder mystery kidnapping type vibe. I thought it was going to be about a cool comic that these 2 girls created, and one of them died, and then it was the other one's mission to go find all the comics. No, it was something completely different. There are like hidden clues in the Princess X comic online where May has found them, because so May's best friend Libby passed away. Libby had all the comics that they created of I Am Princess X kind of thing. So Princess X kind of like disappeared when Libby died because her parents just kind of got rid of it, or her dad got rid of it, I guess, because her mom also died. And then May spends like the next 3 years trying to figure out how to write Princess X without Libby. I Am Princess X pops up online, and May is like, what the heck, this is my comic with my best friend, you can't take this. So she goes on this wild goose chase with clues in the comic online that correlate to things in life with Libby and May, and it is a really cool like mystery novel, which I was not expecting. I thought Princess X came alive and it was a fantasy one, because that's what I heard when I purchased this book like many years ago, somebody on BookTube talking about it. I thought Princess X came out of the comic book to help May get through something, but it is not that. It is 100% like a real life mystery, which I was like, whoa. The next book I finished was The Loneliest Girl in the Universe. This one I gave 4 stars. I might demote it to 3. I'm very conflicted. I've had very high expectations going to this, which is probably my own fault. But the first like half of the book kind of met those expectations. After that, it was kind of like, what is going on? They deal with a lot of mental health, which I like appreciated, because obviously this girl is the only person on her spaceship still alive, basically. She is by herself, and she is traveling through space, and she's been by herself. She was 11 and now she's 15. She basically writes fan fiction for a TV show that she really liked while she was growing up, but the TV show never really finished because she can't get any more files of the TV show from Earth. It's too far. The messages she gets from Earth are like a year old. The ones she sends like take a year to get there, and it's a very difficult relationship with the world and just with like everything going on. Like there's so much stuff going on, and it's kind of like hard to follow because of the dates where messages are being sent, but it's all told from the main character's point of view, Rami, and she does her best, but it just like, it's not that it fell flat, it's that all this stuff happened and it wasn't what I was expecting. Like a huge surprise. That was not what I was expecting this story to do, which I did like, but it was
terrifying because it was in space. That's probably why. And then the ending kind of just fell flat, and I was just like disappointed in the ending after all that stuff. And that was your ending? Like, I have questions with no answers. And I know, like, sometimes it's like okay to have like the ending of a book like not finish off, not give you like a proper ending, and just like you can think of things in your head. But like this, I needed the ending in this. I needed more. Like I can't mentally handle the ending that I was given. I have so many questions that I need answers to, and I don't have any of them. So I'm kind of just disappointed in that, because I feel like there should have been at least a conversation at the end, other than the one that there was, because we needed something on the spaceship. That's all I'm going to say, because if you've read it, you know. And the last and final book that I finished was the graphic novel, The Crucible. This is the first one for Sabrina. I actually kind of want to finish reading however many there were. I think the next one is called something else. Anyways, this was kind of like the first season of the TV series, but not really at the same time. Like, different things kind of happened. There's not really conflicting emotions for Sabrina to be not doing her dark baptism as much as there are in the TV series. Like, she's actually going through with it and then gets stopped, but there's no like talk about it afterwards. But I very much enjoyed it, and it kind of ends on a cliffhanger with a thing that the TV show didn't have, so I would like to continue reading and see what happens. There are some cool art too. Like, this is the art that's in there. It looks kind of like horror-ish. Here's some of the stuff in the back. And Betty and Veronica are in here, and I loved that. I don't know how to do this without showing you guys what's happening. Whatever. Like, the art is just like a really cool style, and I very much appreciated it. And so I gave it 4 stars. I finished that at 12:05 last night. So technically I didn't finish it in time, but that's fine. I'm counting it. The one that I did not finish, I got to page 90. It is, let me see, 32% of the way through it. I'm just gonna say I'm halfway through. It's the Super Mutant Magic Academy. Like, that's how far I got. This is really cool. It kind of follows the storyline, but not really. It's just kind of like each page is a comic, a new comic kind of thing, something else that's happening. Like, the characters are repeating and stuff at the school, and there's like kind of some repeating themes. Like, this lightning guy is graffitiing on stuff. One of them he gets in trouble, one of them he's still doing it and somebody catches him, kind of thing. But it's really fun, and there are some really funny ones in here. I posted one on like my main Instagram because I laughed so hard. I had to like close the book. I was reading it on the train, and I laughed so hard. Which one was it? Like, it was so funny. It was like this lady couldn't open her jar, so she's like to her husband, can you please open this jar? And he comes and he opens it with his mind, because he's got like telekinesis powers, and he just goes, honey, do you respect me? Like, so stuff like that. There's a lot of like political views in here, but also like superhero stuff, and it's really funny, and I will finish it today. I just have to do midterm stuff. But that's it. I read 29.5 books in 30 days. Oh, I'm never doing this again. I'll show you the little book thingy that I did. I haven't updated it in a few days, but I had to put like the last 5 on this side because they just didn't fit. I haven't finished like the page count thing, and then my like colors of stuff. I have so many pages, and like I ended up stopping at even Adam of trying to write reviews, so I gotta go back and do that and work on my little reading journal. But there will not be a wrap up, because this is just me talking about the books that I'm reading. This is going to be like the longest video ever, and I'm still going to title it reading 30 books in 30 days because that was the original goal, even though I will be finishing this a day late, which is fine. I am not upset that I didn't finish. We'll say that. Now into July, where there's a bajillion readathons happening, you know? But thank you for watching if you ended up this far. I very much appreciate if you did, because this is a lot. A lot went on. It's a lot of reading. I have to go put away the books now because I finished reading them. I don't think I will be keeping all of them.
There are some that I probably will unhaul because I'm just in the mood to unhaul books as I'm reading them, but most of them I will be keeping, which is fine. I'm just kind of like in the process of trying to read as many books as I possibly can so that I can just get rid of some, because if I move, I am not taking them with me, and that is the what's going in my head. If I really need them, I can get them from the library or whatever, you know. But thank you for watching. I hope you had a fun time watching this, and stay tuned for the July readathons because there's a lot, so vlogs for that. Have a nice day. Bye.